This is my 2015 Ford Mustang GT. Has about 14,000 miles on it. Traded in my Honda Civic 2012 SI at a local dealership nearby. Very happy with this car right here. Gonna start making more videos and gonna definitely get some upgrades to this car. I got the premium performance pack. So for myself, I went from having an import to an American muscle car. I had a 2007 Mustang before this, which it's a completely different car, and I'm loving this right now. So far, this car is completely stock, except for the Roush axle back exhaust. That's it. Have a few upgrades in mind, not 100% positive for what yet. Had this only for less than a month. Wasn't sure about the yellow at first, so this is the triple yellow. Wasn't sure in the beginning, but once I saw it in person, automatically fell in love with it. And with the yellow and the black, with those black accents, definitely makes the car what it is. And I was finally able to afford this car after a long time. Had my Honda right after college. Had a couple jobs, finally landed a solid job after school. Was able to finally save up, get a solid down payment on this. Got my payments very cheap. Traded in my Honda, got a good amount of money for that. And finally got this. And going from import to, well, American muscle from my Civic to this Mustang is a huge difference. And honestly, I'm loving every second of this car, because before, my Mustang was straight power, not too much stability, the turns weren't too great. Going to this, it has the best of both worlds, with all the power, with stock, 435 horsepower, when with my Honda having 210 horsepower, it's a huge difference. And the performance, I mean, the stability, control of my Honda was great. I loved it, had a great time with that car. And with this, I'm having an even better time. So I'll get a little bit into it. So obviously, all these models have the keyless entry, as long as it's in my pocket. And I have the premium, the performance pack, so leather seats, full nav. One thing though that I want to talk about is something that I thought I wasn't going to do. So, as you can see, my car's automatic. Has the paddle shifters right there. And when I got this car, I told myself if I was getting a V8, I wasn't going to get an automatic car. My Honda was manual, had that for about 2 years. My very first car I ever got was a 2002 Mitsubishi Eclipse Rally Sport, and that was also manual, and I've always had a manual car. But for this, I automatically fell in love with it. I got this at a dealership. It wasn't even a Ford dealership. It was a Chrysler Jeep dealership, which I knew someone who worked there. Gave him a call. They had one Mustang there. Got us a great price. I said I didn't want to go over a certain price. And from there, he gave me exactly what I wanted. Never bought a car that fast before. Went into the dealership, was in there for about 20 minutes, and walked out with the car. Gave him my Honda. Bittersweet. I had my Honda for about a year and a half, 2 years. Loved the car. Traded it in with about 58,000 miles. Had minor upgrades to that car. I had just suspension, intake, exhaust, throttle body, and I tinted the windows. And for this, I have a lot planned for it. I'm just going to update through this channel here all the upgrades I get for my car and be consistent with making videos. And I love the interior of this. And I know there's been a lot of videos done about this car already, but this one's different because, well, it's my car. And I was finally able to get the car I wanted. Mustangs have always been my dream car. People have dreams of getting Lamborghinis, GTRs, and obviously I would love to get one of those one day, but something that's somewhat affordable that I've always wanted since I was little. My dad he always had a Mustang, so American muscle was always, I guess, in my blood. I've always wanted one, and now that I was able to afford this, this is basically pretty much a sign of accomplishment for myself. So for this myself, every time I get into this, go to work every day, I know I got this myself. I bought this car, and for me, the sense of accomplishment is great, just driving it around. Alright, so I'll start it up here. Foot on the brake. Push start. Alright, so like I said, full navigation, climate control, heated, cooled seats, everything here. Focus. Alright. Yeah, it's not too bad. Even with this Coyote engine with the Roush axle-back exhaust, it's not too loud in here. Even when I get on it, it's semi-loud, but it's not too bad. So I like it, and honestly, even with the paddle shifters, I love the car. And knowing myself, honestly, I wasn't sure about the paddle shifters, like I said. Test drove the car, fell in love with it, and it took me a little bit to get used to it. But to be 100% honest, it's been a month. I actually enjoy the paddle shifters. It's pretty, they're pretty precise. Even though it's not manual, it's pretty precise with the shifts. I'm able to rev very high, which is awesome for American muscle. I was able to rev very high with my Honda, but obviously the power is completely different. This is great. I like how everything here is all digital on this car. Change the color of everything as track apps, and with the track apps has the brake performance, line lock, a few other things there. Why isn't this focus? Definitely horrible. Alright, and one thing I really like about this car here are these gauges down here, these switches. So pretty straightforward. Has the very far right one is the mode. So I push it up. It's in normal mode, sport plus, track mode, snow and wet mode for weather. Obviously within sport mode, the exhaust gets louder, performance gets more intense. You can also change the steering, which is very cool. So with the steering, sport mode, comfort, normal, and I usually keep it normal. It's between two of the modes. And obviously they're here, traction control, on and off. And this right here, the far left one, is your hazards. And I never had a car that had heated seats, and obviously I haven't had a car with cooling seats, which is an awesome sensation, honestly. Having this cooling seats on a hot day. Bought this car right before summer, so it's going to be great. And another thing I want to talk about is actually the outside of the car here. The convertible. Like I said, with having a manual car, I told myself I wouldn't get a convertible, but honestly, with this car, how it looks, with the triple yellow, with the black accents, the black top, it looks beautiful. Never owned a convertible, never thought I would own a convertible, never thought I would want one, but when I saw this car, got it, definitely fell in love with it, and I'll definitely enjoy that. Having no top in the summer, and like I said, I have a lot of upgrades I want to do with the car, a lot of mods, but that'll be for another video, one thing at a time. Obviously parts are very expensive. I have a whole different bank account set aside just for car parts, so my car is definitely going to be getting modded very soon, and I'll keep you guys updated with not just cosmetic stuff, but with also the performance aspect of my car right here. Do another walk around right here. And I love these wheels on it. Those huge Brembo brakes on it. Awesome wheels on this. And honestly, my favorite part of this part of this car is the back of it. How that looks, huge GT right there. Um, how the back looks, and with the car also. It has the automatic start. So press lock once, press that twice, and it turns on. And never had an automatic start with the car too. So when it's cold or hot outside, I can get my heat or air conditioning running, warm up the car before I even get out so it's nice and ready to go. And like I said, this car means a lot to me, more than just buying a new car. I was finally able to get this car myself. Finally, like I said, landed a solid job. And honestly, when I get on this every day, it represents myself. Being semi-successful now. I'm only 24 years old, and I love this car. And every time I get into it, it reminds myself to keep pushing forward and to strive to be better, honestly. Obviously, I'm young. There's a lot more improvement to be done in life. But for now, I'm just going to focus on what I have to do, think about the future, and progress from there. And one last thing I want to show you guys before I wrap up this video here. When I got this car, obviously I knew the performance stuff about it. I looked it up. Very excited about it. One thing I didn't know is when you unlock it, this Mustang logo comes from the side view mirror, light right on the floor, which is awesome. Did not know it had that when I got it. I was actually in a restaurant parking lot getting food, came out, unlocked it, thought I was seeing stuff, and well, it's on both sides also. So whenever I lock my car, unlock it, people see it, they question it, they look at me, and I tell them, yeah, I didn't know, but yeah, it comes with this model, which is awesome. And it's very detailed too, which is very cool. And that's another thing I love about this car. Alright guys, I'm going to wrap this video up right now. This video was meant to show my car and to show that even during hard times, financial situations, anything, there's always a way to bounce back up and get yourself going. After school for me, I've been out for about 3 years now. When you're in college, I got my 4-year degree. It can be very hard to get a job to pay off debt, not just that, but living to survive. And it took about 3 years for myself to finally get myself going, find a job I actually like and enjoy going to every morning. And with that, I was able to get my Mustang. And my Mustang for me is a sign that I was able to accomplish what I wanted to. And obviously I have a far road ahead of me to actually get to where I want to be. And as of now, I'm going to keep moving forward. Have this channel to kind of just show where I'm at now, progress over time, and also show my Mustang, give updates, not just that, show the performance mods, cosmetic mods I'm going to be getting in the future. I had my Mustang for about a month now. And it'll show the difference between having import, having my Honda Civic Si compared to this car, doing different vlogs about it, updates every so often. And I just want to end this video to say that anything you put your mind to, anything, if you put 100% effort into anything you want to do, you can get there. If anyone says you can't, no matter what you're trying to do, any of your goals, no matter how unreasonable they seem, push for it. You have nothing to lose. And like I did, I pushed for it. No one said I would have a possible career in what I'm doing right now, and I'm doing what I love. I'm able to get the things I want, get the car, my dream car I've always wanted, and honestly guys, do what you can do, push forward, and like I said, just work hard, and no matter what anyone says, give it your best, and you can do anything. Thank you.